Jai Shri Mataji. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let's please just place our hands on Mother Earth and bring all our attention towards Sahasrara. Just taking a few deep breaths with full chest, releasing all our muscles of the body and of the face. We can collectively do Namaskar and raise our Kundalini state abundance. Dearest Divine Mother, here were today your children from around the world would love to offer you our humble surrender at your divine lotus feet. From our heart, we are inviting you and all the deities, the Ganas, to be with us at this auspicious occasion. By your grace, Mother, please bless us with your presence. We can welcome Mother by standing up and saying the three great mantras. Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Tribunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Aum Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Aum Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. You can keep it on our plate. Let's direct our hands to Mother Earth. Completely relaxed with our breath back straight and breathing slowly. Let's ask our dearest brother, Sri Ganesha. Sri Ganesha, verily, you are our best example, our best guidance and inspiration for purity, for the joy, for the wisdom, and complete surrender to our Divine Mother. By your grace, please establish your divine qualities within us. Let's say mantra for Sri Ganesha. Aum Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. We can open our left hand, keeping our right hand on the earth. Next, Shri Mataji, by divine grace, please enlighten, purify our Ida Nadi. Verily, you are Shri Mahakali. At the same time, verily, you are Shri Bhairavana. By your grace, please enlighten this power within us. With our complete attention on our Sahasrara, we can say mantra for Sri Mahakali Bhairava. Aum Tvameva Satsat Shri Mahakali Bhairava Satsat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Dearest Mother, verily you are the essence of pure desire within us. Please purify all our desires to be the true one, the desire of unity with you. Shri Shuddha Ichha. Aum Tvameva Satsat Shri Shuddha Ichha Satsat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Dearest Divine Mother, by your grace, you made us realize that we are nothing else but the pure eternal spirit, which is just a part of your being. Please let us be identified solely with the spirit itself. We can say Shri Atma Param Atma. Aum Tvameva Satsat Shri Atma Paramatma Satsat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Let's make sure all our body completely released and all our attention is above ourselves. We can open our right hand on our left, raising our left hand towards the ether. The attention in our sahasrara, say in our heart, Mother, verily, you are the purity and the peace of our King Dharma. By your grace, please make us not get stressed, teach us not reacting, getting involved in the material. By your grace, purify, enlighten our attention. Please make us responsible and pleasant to the surroundings. So all our actions, mental or physical, would be a reflection of your vision. We support it and develop accordingly. We can say Shri Mahasaraswati Hanuman. Svameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Hanumana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Let's just stay a bit in this pose, keeping our attention above our thoughts. Dear Mother, verily, you are the one who soothes all our tempers, who make us relax, joy, and taking away all our worries by your grace. Please enlighten your aspects, Shri Hadrat Ali Udin. We can say mantra for Shri Hadrat Ali Fatima B. Rameva Sashat Shri Hadrat Ali Fatima B. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. We can open both our hands to complete attention now, Father. Say, dear Mother, verily, you are the one who balances all the aspects of our being. You are the one who is giving us the opportunity to ascend. You are the one towards who we are ascending. By your grace, Divine Mother, please let us strive collectively, complete surrender and peace towards full integration with you. And let's say mantra for Sri Mahalakshmi Ganesha. Tvameva Tasat Shri Mahalakshmi Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Dearest Divine Mother, verily you are the Guru of all the true Gurus. You are the essence of Guruism itself. Please, Mother, let us follow only the reality which you are showing us. Recognize it and confidently guide ourselves in your path which you have laid in front of us. We can make a massage to our void and let's say the Guru mantra. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Srimataji Nirmalama Tasmai Shri Guruye Namah. We can give a couple of bandhas to our body with full attention above our sahasrara. We can place our right hand, our palm, on our Agya chakra, trying to completely relieve our eyebrows, our forehead, our head. Keep the attention only above. Dear Mother, where divine grace, please let us achieve complete perfectness so we can absorb your divinity in our subtle system. Please awaken within us the ability to forgive everyone and everything in our life. Please, Mother, let us go beyond our thoughts. Shri Yeshu Maria Mata. Tvameva Sakshat Shri Yeshu Maria Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Let's make sure our attention completely in our sacrifice. Now, keeping the attention on top of our head, we would listen to speech of our Divine Mother from London, 1982.
You see, people have very wrong ideas in nature that we are people who are higher people and we should try to control the lower people. And the lower people have even worse that because they think that these people are trying to force us, are trying to control us and trying to tell us, and they are sort of taking away our freedom, including ourselves, and they are impressing upon us. You see, this is the key. And this is a very important principle of spirituality. Very important. Because in Guru Tattva it's a 10 petal thing, and inside is an art. It's a 10 petal. They have to be balanced. There has to be a complete balance so that they go to the Navi Chakra upwards. If there is no balance, Navi Chakra gets full. And this is the thing people don't understand, that nobody is higher and lower level. As that. The only thing that we are all part and parcel of the same. If there is an imbalance on one side, then it has to be this. If there is an imbalance on one side, the other side is affected. So those who are creating imbalances should not feel that in any way they are dominated or anything. On the contrary, they are lowering or tilting the other side. So one has to balance. It's one thing. So there cannot be anything higher or lower. You understand my point? If it is a one thing, supposing that gets like that, we can't say this is low, this is higher. No, it is the same thing. Because it is tilting like that, it may look little gone up because they get tensed up, people who are at this level, higher level. And the others feel that we are put up. Once we understand we are all one and the same, then there will not be this feeling of somebody trying to be higher or not. But those people who are at a higher level, even they are pushed out by the people who are at a lower level so-called. It is not a lower level at all. As I told you, it's one part of the whole thing. It is a round circle and one part of the circle goes down, say for example. Or one side of the circle goes down. Anything can happen. Then the other side becomes upset and becomes more upset. It's your bent. It might try to run away from them or it may try to go. Because they get affected. It's natural. So there should be an attitude that those who are controlling should try to pacify others, sometimes tell them firmly, but they should keep their own balance. If they keep their own balance, the other side cannot push them too low. Do you understand my point? Because they can't keep their own dignity and can't keep their ego intact, they won't. It is one thing. It's not separate. There is no entity separate now. It's one entity in collective consciousness. So this is why I say nothing is lower or higher. you keep to your own position. That's very important. Not to be aggressive, not to aggress. That's how you will also make them steady. Did you follow this? But what I find that if somebody does anything wrong, all the rest, those who are alright, maybe better, or maybe in charge, or whatever it is, try to behave in a very tense manner. They are not no more normal. And they try to dominate that. Leave him alone for a while. If you go, say a position comes up, simple positions come up, say somebody is very materialistic, very materialistic. See, there is a matter attached to him, a kind of thing. It will pull down. See, something is going wrong. Now those people who understand who's done a wrong thing should see, watch it, and put their attention steady. By putting their attention itself steady, they will bring up the fellow. See? Because the fellow is going down, no doubt, because of the pull on him. Now, when he is materialistic, how should we approach a person who is materialistic? Yes, but how to say you are living with a person who is very materialistic?
I just stay with their possessions for a while. I see that's everything that he needs. Everything around 140 materials. Allow him his own time to see that.
No, best thing is when he is materialistic and the balance is going down because of the material things that he has around, and he thinks that material things are good, and you live with the material things, then what you should do is to give away something that you have precious with you. To him. And then he'll be so shocked. How could you give that to me? You see, that's all. You just shock that person by giving the most precious thing that you. Then the person is shocked. Or give away something that he said, I like it. All right, have it. I do that many times. Just shock the person. Shock God. How did she give away the most precious thing that she had? Or the thing that I liked, she just gave away. And then they ask you a question, how could you do it? She said, I enjoy my generosity. Then they feel that this is something. These are the subtle things. In everything, if you study the reaction of the person, you can make it out how he is in the spirit. In everything. Say a person, two persons go somewhere, and you see a girl who is over attractive or something, and one starts looking at her all the time. This is another weakness in people. Now, how do you come over it? How do you balance it? Let's have practical side of it. That's very practical. Mine is all spontaneous, yes. Immediately I vomit. Or you can act as vomiting if you want. So immediately I vomit. And the person will ask that. So I will say, I can't bear exactly the chastity of the leaf. That means, what have I done in all these things? I have brought it upon myself, not on the other person. That is Nirmala Vidya. You see, in my everyday life, if you take with me, you will learn how I react to a thing and how it helps to neutralize the thought. It's very deep knowledge. I don't know if you study my behavior to different things, how I react. Sometimes it will be strong, sharp. Sometimes it will be mild. Sometimes it will be loving. Sometimes. It's all, you see, it is, Nirmala Vidya is a mobile reaction. Not now. You don't know. It's a very, very subtle understanding of human nature. Sometimes you have to neglect a person, sometimes you have to. It's a thing we must learn through your Sahaja method. And when the Guru Tattva is really developed inside yourself, automatically. But everywhere you must remember that it is your power which is going to work it out, not the power of another person. This is a basic thing which Sahaja Yoga is missing. Now we are organizing an ashram, say for example. And one gentleman comes and says that I will stay in this room, I want to have this, I want to have that. How will you arrange that? We are not thought from that angle, you know. That's that. Now, what we will do, supposing such a situation, then what you have to do? Alright? You want to have? You have my bed, you have everything. Alright, you want to have your cooking arrangement? We'll get you this, we'll get you. Make him into an idiot. But you have to sacrifice him there. If you are yourself an idiot, you cannot make another an idiot. Let him look like an idiot in his own eyes. Also, like some sort of an absurd thing, which is, say, you can give him, say, some sort of an absurd thing, which normally he doesn't use, something like that. For example, a person who's demanding too much and this, that, you can solve it. You can even have a ring. So he may say, why ring? Oh, if you want to have a lawn in your room. I don't know what to tell. They are idiotic people. See, these ego-oriented can go to the idiotic level, and if you show them what are they heading for, that the idiocity is ahead of you, see, all your ego will fall. Then they. But in all this, you have to show one thing very clearly, is concern. Concern, trust, dependence. You have to admit that we can't do it without you. You are in the picture. Now we have to look after you. We have to do it. It's our job. It's more a maternal and a paternal feeling, a sort of a patronizing feeling. It should not be shown as the parents here as they show, but the wantedness. That we want you. We can't do without you. Sometimes it may act as an ego. Then you should just show that I have nothing to do. We have nothing to do with you. Get out. We have nothing to do. Get out of the Quran. But once in a while you do that, it's good. It's a style of Puja. But mine is so spontaneous, I don't have to think about it. So that's my style only. But you can understand. And gradually when you start growing in your understanding, it comes up. You see, the stomach is the concern. Too much. Feeling that, oh God, this is going to be done. When you Immediately know how. Somebody is drowning, you know he is getting drowned. You have to say that your part and parcel of your being is getting drowned. Then you will know how to say it. You will know. That's within you, built in. All Nirmala Vidya is built in. Which will be enlightened. And the first and the last is asking your mother and the mother. If with pure heart and concern if you ask it. So far people have been only asking about themselves, what I know about the prayers. For their wife, husband, children. I don't know. But asking for others, I seldom hear in the prayer. You see, that concern itself makes you a great person. And then if you scold somebody, nobody minds because they know you are doing it for their good. Right? This is the sign of a good guru. Try to put your attention to others, that's yourself. Now you are collectively conscious. You are only feeling their chakra, but are you becoming them first? America is a very difficult place. People are extremely selfish, self-centered. And the biggest problem is that to them nothing is really important. They are the most important. Very high-headed. Very high-headed. They never think everybody else has got any break but the Americans. That's the wisest. Very difficult. While British, you see, because of traditional life and they have been beaten up so many times now they have done. Americans have been beaten. In Vietnam, in Korea and all that, but still they are stupid people. They don't learn much from that. Now imagine Vietnam. What a chaos it is. Look at themselves in their own country. I mean, it's all right to say Russia is like that, but you go say Russia and America. Russia is definitely a peaceful country. Absolutely peaceful, and no doubt of it. Whether with fear or whatever. It's so violent. You don't have to look after your purse all the time. Nothing is lost. Anywhere you. People are very generous, so giving that. Material wealth is now becoming less. So many people told me in Russia that they want their people. So many. They wanted to go to India. That's their dream. One day they think India is heaven. They don't know all the books that goes to exist there. Now just see all the boots from India and the Rakshasas have gone and settled in America. Because the atmosphere is so congenial. Yesterday, Ratmanubhai Chawda told me that they are, Rajneesh is making a bigger money there than he was making in India. Muktananda has prospered so much, he has so much money that he doesn't want to come back. Everybody has got so much money, and I can't go to America because I don't have such money. How is it? They cannot differentiate between good and bad. They cannot differentiate between God and the devil. Idiotic, I should say, to that extent. So, they are very difficult, but they are big things born there. So they have become stupid, I think, first and horrible. I'm such concerned because first country I visited was America. I was very careful in talking to them, but all the time they were talking about dollars. And I thought I was completely failed. And all those people whom I gave realization, only one person among all of them, at least I gave realization to 3,000 people in California. One person turned back. He was no good. All left Sadhistana from here to there, all cut. Now our idea should be, if he can save them, well and good, if not, forget. Really leaking back of it first. I'll try one trip next year. Let's see how they work out. I felt one gentleman there. I sent word to him that you go there. He ran away. Third day he was out of New York. He said they cannot understand God. They cannot. They're resorting their culture to understand. They cannot understand. They can only understand it with that. They said you must get money. What's it? They have no money. This thing. They are impressed by people like this fat fellow who has 58 Rolls Royce. And freedom means abandonment to them. They don't know what real freedom is. It's really the thing. Of course, I'm working on America all the time, so you just don't get desperate about it. Thing may work out at its own time. So next year I'll be there, and we'll organize and so on. I think they are not yet still prepared. I could have gone much earlier. I went first time there. I could have gone second year again. But my experience was so shocking. I said they are as spiritual on the other side of the world actually. They have to come up a lot. They have gone too far with their advancement. They have to come back. Come to the center. Too far. And they are lost. They don't understand that their ego has just blasted. So I don't blame you for that. You are also gurus. But you have to be a little formal with them, I think. And try to see how many you can. Yes. There's nothing to worry about that. But I think now you will meet.
Canada.
Huh?
Any hope for Canada?
What is it?
Is there any hope for Canada?
Yes, Canada would be better. Canada because they are agriculture. The agriculturists are always better. Much better people than others. You see these technocrats and the machine people. If you are all the time touching the machine, you also become like a machine. You see, the person who lives with the machine behaves like a machine. Backs up like this, opens briefcase like that, walks up like that. It's a machine like. So it is true that Canada will be better. And maybe that from Canada it will come. Maybe it may come from south, from Houston. Houston was good reaction. They again have people living with nature. Here you see, there is the whole of New York. You won't find any ground anywhere. The roads are all covered. Everything is covered with cement. New York is the most difficult place, and also because you are so close to New York. And that young age that you have around there are people who think, oh, this is the time to sort of be enjoying yourself, watching this, that. They have no time for God.
That's conditioning.
What?
It's conditioning to go to at that age go out and promote yourself.
So they lack that maturity that they have.
I was born in New York, and so I've always had it sort of been part of me. I have this tremendous feeling that New York is such a center of, in a way, you could say everything negative in terms of money, culture, and all these artificial things, but if it were only craft, it's such a center that it would change a lot. It would change. I mean, New York must be very important too, because people working on it.
That's really important, no doubt. I mean, imagine if people should be just that center of it. It is important, no doubt. So what to do? Such a we should be. Such a we should be. Hard nut to, I have to crack. I must take the map of America and crack it. It should be, you see, all other centers you can raise to the roof, but that should be what you have to do is a strong action. Because the ego starts from there, the super ego starts from the starting point. That chanting
Sri Krishna's thing. In New York, you find so many of Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, every corner you find them. That's all.
One of the shouts Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, they just come through and give the flowers and say, that's the nation. But they were a simpler uniform.
Now they have become that, they have become beggars. Imagine. You can contact and tell them that now your Guru is dead. He has given you nothing except for begging. Somebody can talk to them. He has saved some people from Hare Rama, Hare Krishna now. He can send him to New York sometimes. Then on. Here also you can contact these people. He can save nothing of yours. You are just like beggars on the street. We are being God's work. Why don't you join us? Their ego is of a tremendous type because this fellow has told them that you have to be austere and you have to not to eat meat, you have to be vegetarian. Vegetarian means horrible. Of course, vegetarianism is good for people who have eaten too much of non-veg also. Because Americans, if they become vegetarians, because they're so violent, it may help them. For Indians, it's better to be non-vegetarian. But for Americans, maybe it may suit them a little more of vegetable eating because they're very bright people and very heated up, very violent, angry types. So it makes sense them a little bit. You have more vegetables and less of meat. May suit, as I said. But it's not a thing that can be avoided. Right. So everything, you see, human beings are somehow or other they get stuck up. You give them anything, you become fanatical. Even Sahaja Yogadis, they can become fanatical. Then now, what can we give them? I mean, just think of it. This is the debate. Even about Sahaja Yoga, how can you be fanatical? Which kills all fanaticism. Fanaticism is an obsession where you are not in power. Whatever you get attached to gets on top of you. Now in Sahaja Yoga you are in power. In Sahaja Yoga you are handling. You are the one handling Sahaja Yoga. Poor Sahaja Yoga. It never sits on anybody's head. It teaches you how to love, how to give. How can it sit on anyone's head? How can it be fanatical? Somebody say, for example, drinks, because the other day the fellow was asked. Then they said that if you drink, then you cannot come. No, that's not correct. But because you drink, you get out of this place, you have nothing to do, we cannot give you realization. This is not the way Sahaja Yoga is. It's a loving thing. It's love. Alright, you drink, come, Sahaja Yoga will help. If you feel like drinking, you think of mother, come to us, at that time we'll talk to you, you forget it. All these things must have talked to that person. But some people will just go and trash it. Oh, you drink, you are no good, this, that's not good. But certain things, when they play tricks, their minds, then you trash it immediately. Your mind is playing tricks, we have nothing to do. Like I told yesterday somebody from Shiva. I told Warren. He wouldn't listen to me. In the beginning he brought his wife here. I told him. And I told him very clearly, till we went up to California where she tortured my life, she tortured me throughout, he would not listen. In a way, he was very good, but he would say, Mother, let it be now, you have married her. But as soon as he left America, she got her epilepsy. And then it came to his head. Otherwise he would not listen to me. He was fighting with her. Oh, she's my wife, and I've married her. But I said, what about Sahaja? So fanaticism aggresses others through their attachment to a thing.
This is no aggression, this is just severing. Get out. We have nothing to do. There is no more connection left to aggress or anything. This is what one should understand. That in Sahaja Yoga there is no intention of having any relationship with a person who is not with us.
डॉक्टर नागिन से तो फोन मैंने कहा वो आपसे कल से बात करना था पर नंबर नहीं था.
So to come to the point is that we are not interested in aggressing anyone. Fanaticism, aggression. Anybody who crosses the limit, we do not have anything to do with that person. We ask him to get out because we are not interested in any aggression. That's not fanaticism. Fanaticism will aggress. Will always have interest of aggression. So in Sahaja Yoga, you go up to a point to see that the person remains with Sahaja Yoga. Otherwise you have no interest. Finished. That person is dead now. It's not no more living in Sahaja Yoga. Finished. You have nothing. We are not interested. You see the difference? And this is what Sahaja Yogis don't understand. When I tell somebody that, forget that person for the time. I have nothing to do. Just don't talk of the future, what will happen, how they will come out. Nothing, you have nothing to do with it. You have no interest. Then out of those who get out of it, they, going far away from Sahaja Yoga, realize themselves. Not all, some. Then again they come down. When they come down, they come. See, we have no interest. Aggressive person always has an interest in aggression. So he won't allow the mouse to run away. The cat won't allow. Cat will always have an interest. As far as that is alive, it will be having interest. But not surgery. It doesn't matter. Get out. We have nothing to do because there's no interest. This is our fanaticism. This is a very fine difference. But I've seen people, when I tell them off, some people start sympathizing. Because still they want to aggress, you see. The sympathy behind it is a camouflage of aggression. That they can still say that you are very bad, you are wrong, you are doing like this, you should not. I've seen people sympathizing with them. I've seen. By that sympathy they ruin that another person. Because that person doesn't improve in any way. Then I've said that, forget it. That is, now let that person go away. That's another kind of treatment required. Let him go. I've seen people sympathize. They'll go and talk to another person, say, oh, this has happened, that happened. And the sympathy starts working. When the sympathy starts working, that person will say, oh, I played the trick again, very nice. We understood very well that you have not sympathized with the person, but you have really ruined the chances of the person. The idea of punishment comes from that in our laws. Punishment, jailing, all this is an expression of the same Sahaja Yoga. So this is what it is. One should understand that our human ideas are very different from that of God. He destroys, actually he cuts them off. Nothing wrathful God. He's wrathful. That is for the good of the whole that he does it. But there is no aggression. He doesn't all the time, oh, you are like this, you are like that, I will help you, I will do. This is not there. But I have nothing. You see the clear cut point? If you understand this, then you will not have sympathies with such people at all. Sympathies. In Sahaja Yoga, either you are here or not there. Nobody is interested in you if you are going to behave like that. You have to change. For any relationship, it is true. Many people work. The love itself does that. You see, like animals, you see. When, say, a mother is there, mother monkey is there, and a child monkey is there. When the child is sick, then she'll be crying, weeping, shouting. She'll ask help from everyone to help that child. But when he dies, she'll throw away. The moment she finds it's dead, finished. Now I've done it. It's like when you find the person has lost spirit. If he could be revived by any chance, it's all right. But it is. So if you understand this natural way of life, as the monkey does, you won't be fanatic by any chance. Alright? You follow the point? Now, if you have any questions, you ask me.
If we come across Sahaja Yoga that becomes fanatical, do we try to point out this fact to him or immediately cut the ties?
You better ask them to listen to this tape. They wouldn't mind it from me. If there's any problem, use me, my tips. Alright? If they say, you just say that this is what we feel, we are sorry, we have no interest anymore in you, so you please go away. We don't want to insult you or anything, you go away now. We have nothing to do. Just go away, please.
Do we allow the time to change or just completely cut?
No, you see, you will immediately know when he tries to play tricks with you. It will be found. Then you should say you go away. Immediately you will find out how that person is trying to play tricks with you. Then you just say, please go away, we have nothing more. You see, we cannot do any more with you. Finished. Just cut. You see, like this hand, till it works, all right. When it is dead, you have to cut it off. If you have to exist. तुम लोग खा लो फिर हम खा लें.
मैंने कॉर्नफ्लेक्स बहुत खा लिया.
ये मैं नहीं खाती बेटा.
नहीं खाती
नहीं नहीं खा लिया कर. अच्छा तुम खा लो.
मैंने खा लिया नानी, मैंने खा लिया.
Look at the little. So much concern. So sweet. We went to the market when we were there in Puja and asked her grandfather to give us some money to buy. And she bought a heart-shaped candle for me. And so he asked, why do you want this one? She brought it home and gave it. That's the greatest joy. Like that you must think sometimes when you are very upset of such sweet foods you have had inside. Nice people, what nice things they said, and how they were nice to us. That will keep you free and nourished. We have had also very good experiences in surgery, not always. And then once that person is lost, finish. I want to finish that person is dead. Gone.
You know the point when a person becomes right, but our discrimination isn't always considered.
Just now, as far as your New York thing is concerned, you are still growing. Everybody is like that. Let it go on like that. But after some time, after studying, you will see. Easy to find out. Everything will be so obvious. It will come to you, see, do something. See, everybody will have the same experience. Here there was an ex-girl. He found her out because she tried the same tricks with everyone. You see, they are not genuine people. That's one of the signs. See, if you are left-sided, then you have all the symptoms of left-sided, you cry too much, weep too much, do this, do that. Genuinely you are left-sided. And if you are right-sided, you are genuinely. I mean, even if you are aggressive, it doesn't matter in Surge Yoga, but you should be genuinely aggressive. But a person who is genuinely aggressive and tries to show that he's very mild, very left-sided, I don't know, the boots were there, sort of a person. You'll find 3-4 instances, you will immediately know this person is playing tricks everything. It will do good to that. That he should know that he is not going to play any more tricks.
Mother, I wanted to ask, this maybe I'm using myself as an illustration because I'm sure that I'm not me. Inside of myself, I feel, commitment has never really wavered. When I wash your feet, I feel innocence, tremendous innocence and desire. I have had a lot of conditioning. Sure, I'm not unique here. I'm not asking this really about myself.
Who told you that?
Huh? Who has conditioning?
You are all right. Absolutely. Now you don't worry about yourself too much. You have to worry about others. You are perfectly all right inside. Did you follow that point? Now there is nothing to put your attention to that. You are all right. Absolutely. You are drawn into it. You just don't worry. You are there. All right? You don't have that fear anymore. I love you very much. Just don't worry. All right? That's one thing you should not feel. In no way. You are perfectly all right. Just there. You shouldn't think like that. Those who think never ask anything. Those who are really like that never say. Those who are really crooked never say. That's another thing I say. They still feel they can play tricks. No? Not sure. You never did any tricks, really. I've never seen you doing any tricks. That's how you have come so much. Aren't you changed?
It's wonderful.
There's so much. Now be confident. Be confident. There's no need to have any doubt. You're perfect, all right. That's your confidence. Very few are like that. What else?
Father, I wanted to ask you, when you're talking to new people or when we're talking to the media, how much we should tell them about who you are?
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
Well,
Nothing, not a word. Nothing. You should say she's a person who is enlightened and she's doing this work and all that. You can talk about what my husband is and these things will impress others. These things might impress. और भी इन लोग को सबको चाहेला क्या करते हैं? कब से इसका ये कहाँ खो दिया फिर खो गया तो खो गया ढूंढ लो चाय पिया होगा सर सब चाय पी ले you have had tea all of you really कभी नहीं no you should have full understanding with the new people also. With vibrations you will try to see how their vibrations are. They are wobbly, how they get vibrations. If they don't get vibrations, be careful. If they are not steady, be careful. Let it see if they are genuine people or not. Like we had someone who came in the program, extremely aggressive, he started saying things that was wrong. When he got his realization, next day he was bursting. He was drinking everything, and he was very ashamed of himself when people told him that you behave like this. But he was genuine.
So running right to the end. That's it. I've got some very interesting notes there, and some insights I hadn't had before.
So he's called as Pavanaputra, and he
Thank you, dear Mother, for the constant care, protection, for your eternal love, all the wisdom, the guidance, the light. Thank you very much. Dispensation for your presence. For your presence in our life. Yes. Now, we can honor Mother by standing up and singing the three great mantras, after which a music will be played and you can stay in meditation long as you see. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Jai Shri Ram.
Shri